From us to you, Mommy. We love you.
We were so happy. A family of 4 with more support and love than anyone could ever imagine. But with a snap of God's fingers, everything changed. I remember July 17, 2016 for the hell it was. Without a doubt, the most pain I will ever feel for the rest of my life.
I knew that she had taken a turn for the worse and that hospice had been called in and things like that, and so I was kind of on high alert that there was a possibility, and so I had usually at night I always turn my phone off, but I had purposefully left it on in case of any updates, and I got the text in the middle of the night, and before I read it I feared that I would know what it said.
Your dad texted me in the middle of the night, I think, or early in the morning. It was really, really late. Maybe it was like 1 or 2 in the morning. I mean, we knew. Nikki and I had gone to Ty's game, and I remember that. Like, I remember like knowing that something was gonna happen.
I remember touching her pale skin one last time. I remember watching as the last breath left her chapped lips. I remember listening as the shrieks of my cries echoed throughout the room. But most of all, I remember feeling the agony as God tore my cornerstone out of my heart and took her with him up to heaven. That is what I remember.
I knew toward the end that there was a strong possibility, but I think that my mind probably couldn't really wrap around the idea that, like, she really, wouldn't beat the cancer, I guess. And I don't think I possibly could have ever been really prepared for it, I would say. I think I just never really let my mind think that was the possible outcome.
Well, we were all seeing her decline, and we knew, we were praying and believing for a miracle.
Like, that last year was a gift. I really do. I feel in my heart that I think that prayer kept her around that last year. I think the last time she got really sick, I think she almost left us, and I really think that prayer, I really feel like the Lord just had mercy on us and gave us a little bit more time. And so I think then I kind of knew.
I'm going to be honest. I get jealous whenever I see that little girl walking down the street with her mom. I feel hatred whenever I think about the fact that God simply took away my mother, and I feel regret every time I laugh without her here. These are just the reminders. Because the truth is, the majority of the time, I have forgotten that my mom even existed. And that is so much worse than the pain of actually losing her.
Hi, Grammy and Pappy. How are you doing today?
Look up there. That's where they're at. Okay? Yeah, there you go. Now you're looking at the camera.
Hi, Grammy and Pappy. How are you doing today?
Okay. Nike's going to read for you a book. Go ahead, Nike.
My last memory with your mom is actually such a blessing to me. I had been at the beach and was coming home, and your mom had texted me and asked me if I could come and see her like as soon as possible. And I remember, like, I love being at the beach and your mom loved being at the beach, and I just remember, like, I just wanted to get home. I just wanted to get to her, and I did. And it was, I think it was either the Thursday or Friday night before she passed away. But I was able to visit her and spend a good hour plus with her, and really get to say like all of the things that I wanted to say to her. So I really feel really blessed to have had that time with her.
Another really good memory I have is one of the last days I saw her, before she passed away. I came over and just happened to catch her, and then we just had such a great talk. And I just remember saying to her, like, you know, you did it. Like, this is hard for me to say because it was such a great moment. But, you know, you did it. Like, she set out to live her life to be a certain way and to be a good person and to be an awesome mom and to love people, and she did it. And just to see that was so awesome, because I feel like we all wish we could, you know, we all want that at the end of our lives, right? We want to be at the end and say, everything I set out to be and the person that I wanted to be, I was. And that was her, as she got to be that. And, you know, and I just remember her kind of letting go.
It is so strange to think that someone I knew so well is now a total stranger to me. That sometimes I go entire days without thinking about you. Most of the time I let myself forget because it's easier. But then something pops up. An old video of us making goofy faces. A photograph of us that is sitting on my bedroom desk. People talking about all the memories you had together. That sapphire heart necklace that you gave me for my 13th birthday. The purple roses from your funeral. But most of all, your voice.
Hey, bud, you're probably warming up for your meet. I just want to call and wish you good luck and tell you how much I love you, and you're going to do great. You have to believe in yourself, okay, buddy? I will see you at your meet. Love you. Bye.
And that is when I truly remember. I remember your blue eyes that roared like the ocean, your smile that could put any storm to rest. I remember whenever you always had to sit in the middle seat of the airplane because Ty and I always fought about who got to sit next to you. I remember that one time there was a spider in your hair that I wouldn't flick off and you started screaming, but I couldn't stop laughing. I remember how even when you looked weak and tired, you would always pin on a smile for us. I remember that every night I walked into your room to say goodnight, and that now your room is empty.
Hello, how are you?
Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? I love you.
Her best attribute, I would say, was how much she really cared about people. Your mom was amazing. Like, anyone that she met, I think she just wanted to help, like, in any way that she could, and she was just such a loving, caring person. So I would have to say those are her best attributes.
The thing about her is she was obsessed with being an awesome mom. Like, that was like her, like, she was really a great designer, and she could have been the kind of person that was what all she was, you know, like, I'm this amazing designer, but from the get-go, like, being your mom and being Ty's mom was like her most important thing. Like, that was for her where she wanted to be the best. And it was great because, you know, she put off a lot of things in her career and a lot of that, because she wanted to be there every day for you guys. She wanted to be at every game, and she wanted to make sure you guys were, you know, I remember her telling me, we were talking about school because you guys are a few years older than my kids, and she would say the most important thing is that to be home, like when they come home from school, is to be home because they need to talk to you, And I just remember her saying that was so important for her.
Mom, July 17th was absolute hell. But look at what I did have. I had a mom who loved me beyond all else. Someone who was always there for me. Who could wipe the tears off my face with a simple joke. Who could spend hours teaching me all the ins and outs of design. Who tucked me into bed every night. Who taught me about the strength of God. With you, I had all the joy of the world in my hands. And as much as it does pain me to look back, your memory will always force a smile to my face. Because you are the best mom a girl could ever ask for. So for all the missed goodbyes, all the endless nights without you, for the hope I will see you once again, good night, Mommy. I love you.